Welcome to the Soil Mechanics Lab. In the Soil Mechanics Lab, the main objectives are to have the students have hands-on experience with the soil types and their properties, and they have experience with all ASTM soil testing that are required for to have a knowledge of for undergraduate students. The students are divided into groups. Each group will have 2 students or 3 students, 2 or 3 students. Each group will be assigned a soil type that they would work on throughout the semester. The students are required to run the testing according to the STM and provide lab reports for each experiment they do. We have 6 main experiments and 3 optional or demonstration experiments. The students they start with the physical properties of the soil, and they share the specific gravity test, the wet analysis or wet sieve analysis for the grain size distribution curves, and the hydrometer analysis and for the distribution curve. And then we have the Atterberg limits, plastic limit, liquid limit, and shrinkage limit testing for the soils. The students, after they classify or the soil according to the unified classification using the grain size distribution test and the Atterberg limits, they are exposed to the compaction test. The compaction test is run according to Proctor method and the ASTM test. For the compaction test, we have 2 automatic machines or power machines for the compaction test that they have to run and obtain the compaction curve according to the Proctor experiment. For the compaction test, after they compact the samples, they run the penetration test on it, and after they get the the lab compaction curve, they go out actually on the field and they run the field testing using sand cone apparatus or the balloon apparatus. And this is the speedy moisture they used in the field for the field compaction testing. After they get the compaction curve, they run the CBR test. This is the mold for the CBR test and the various equipment in it for it. And this is the testing apparatus for the CBR test with a lab acquisition system for the loop. They run the test and the analysis are done. By the way, we have instruction sessions for how to run the test and instruction sessions on how to analyze the test results for the reports. Okay, here we have the permeability test. We have the constant head test and the falling head test and the 2 apparatus or the 2 molds for them. Students finds the coefficient of permeability for the soil using either one. Okay, the students are done with the physical properties of soils, and now they start the mechanical properties of soils. By the way, all the experiments that they run in the lab are coordinated with the lectures. So they have it in the lectures and they come to the lab for the applications. These are the first mechanical properties of the soil, which is the consolidation apparatus. We have 4 consolidation tests that can run simultaneously, and groups will use them. This would be used later on at the end of the lab program as a swelling test apparatus as well. Second part of the mechanical properties of the soil is the shear strength testing, and the first one in the testing program for shear strength is the unconfined compressive strength test. We have 2 apparatus here, one here and one there. The students would run it on 3 samples, and they divide or they submit a report on the findings that they have. The second test on the shear strength test is a direct shear test, and this is one of the apparatus that we have direct shear test for. And students would operate all the loading necessary for it, get the results, analyze the results, submit a report. This is a second apparatus for the direct shear test. It does the same kind of testing in there, but some groups will work on that, and some groups will work on this. This is the third direct shear test apparatus, and it comes with a data acquisition system, and some groups would work on this apparatus. The triaxial test, it's run for the students as a demonstration test since it is a bit more exhaustive, and we have the oil-water interface and the triaxial chamber and data acquisition system for this apparatus. It's run for the students as a demonstration test. We do not really measure the pore water pressure at this part because it's a bit more involved. It will be run at the graduate level. This is the weighing corner for different scales, different accuracies, and they are used for most of the experiments they use in the soil mechanics. Okay, these two ovens here are used for the experiments to dry the samples, either for the compaction or for the other experiments. We take care of the safety aspects and the safety measures of the lab, and students are made familiar with the safety precautions in case of fire or in case of emergencies, and the kind of safety tools that they have that they need to be aware of. First aid kit is available for any students in any minor accidents that might happen in